So we say welcome back to our coverage of the JAAA Puma Anderson Fuller Development Meet at KIRKVINE in Manchester. And this is section 5 of the boys class 1 event. Or make that class 2 event. So Ebanks of From Technical in there out of lane 8, but Jamar Graham of Tarrant and Sidney Pagan, Denoe Dillon in there, and into the straightaway they come, and Dennis of St. Elizabeth Technical fading, but Tyrese Ebanks will take it over From Technical, and Ronaldo Dennis of St. Elizabeth Technical, he will be second. Nice bright afternoon it is.
On your marks. Set. Section 6 underway here. Class 2 boys, 400 meters. What a start from Javon Heat in lane 7 of Narvi Maceo. Pulling with him is Randy Kelly. Kenny giving chase at the moment. Heat of Garvey Maceo. Absolutely flying down the back stretch. As they head towards the 200 meters.
So they head towards the 200 meters now in section 6 of the boys class 2 400 meters event. We look at Hing of Tarrant High, but leading off the turn seem to be Javon Heat of Garvey Maceo out of lane 7, but the field is closing. Also to Terrence Daniel Hing, St. Elizabeth Technical Romario Watson, but taking that one, Morris of From Technical. And then we stand by now to move into section 7 of 13 in the boys class 2 400 meters heats. The action is on StrideVisionTv, and we say good morning, good afternoon, or good night wherever you are watching from around the world. We're standing by now to have a quick discussion now with the president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, Christopher Samuda, who himself was an athlete back in the day. Not too sure which sport he participated. I'm sure it's not backgammon. How are you doing, Mr. Samuda?
I'm doing fine, and thank you for having me, sir.
Which sport you participated in?
Well, for Wolmer's, I represented Wolmer's in track and field, football, and lawn tennis.
Because back in those days, you never did one particular sport. You had to do several.
No, absolutely. We're encouraged to be multifaceted and also to ensure that you did well at the academics.
Wolmer's not represented here, at least not on the boys' side, but on the girls' side. For this development meet, though, as president of the JAAA, how do you like what you have seen so far?
No, absolutely. This is where champions are born. This is where the physical is conditioned. This is where the mental is conditioned. And we must always expose our young people to competition so that they become accustomed to it, so that when they transition to champs or transition to the regional or international scene, they have it in their DNA already.
You're listening to the voice there of Christopher Samuda. He's president of the Jamaica Olympic Association. The event on track sees Quinton McLean of William Nibot, St. Elizabeth Technical, Vijay Benjamin, looking strong overall. He goes to the front. He steps on the gas, leaves everyone in his wake, including the athlete of William Nib McLean. But keep your eye on Vijay Benjamin in the blue and the yellow, blue shorts and the yellow top. He wins for St. Elizabeth Technical. And Quinton McLean of William Nib seemed to be second, but Benjamin is the winner. Section 8, the next event on the track. In lane 1, Claude Newland of William Nib Rhodes Alomar Stewart lane 2. Edwin Allens, Aiden Stewart lane 3. Central Eye, Ian Howie lane 4. Devon Palmer runs out of lane 5 of Louisville High. Omar Locke of lane 6. He runs out of Omar Locke out of lane 6. Runs for St. Elizabeth Technical. Jamal McLean of Balaclava. He runs out of lane 7. And Andrew Simpson of Mount St. Joseph runs out of lane 8. So back with the discussion, Mr. Samuda. These are where the champions are born. Given too that the JAAA's Puma Charlie Fuller Pattern Development Meet is in its 37th year, how do you like what you're seeing so far?
No, definitely. The organization is very good. I'm accustomed to this when I come to this meet. The enthusiasm for the athletes, excellent as well. The coaches are also playing their part. They are nurturing their talent here, and that is what we need at this stage. Nurturing the talent, not overdoing it, nurturing them, and ensuring that they are conditioned properly. But it is absolutely good here. I am happy. This is the third time that I'm attending this meet, and it grows bigger and bigger every year.
Yes, because previously I participated in this meet way back in the 90s for Waterford High School. This is section 8 of 13 on track, and it is the Class 2 boys of 400 meters event. Of course, we'll give you the commentary in the closing stages in the last 100 meters or so. But these are early stages, but the coaches say that they appreciate the development meet because at least it gives their athletes early testers.
No, definitely. You are able to gauge exactly where you are with respect to the competition, and the coaches can measure their athletes. They will know at this stage what they have to do in order to ensure that the athlete does well at champs.
So into the turn now and into the straightaway. It is St. Elizabeth Technical Locke who has stepped on the gas and leaves them marginally. But coming on is inside is Devontae Palmer of Louisville. Devon Palmer of Louisville stole it on the inside. My gosh, what a glorious run from Palmer that time. And Omar Locke of St. Elizabeth Technical, his second. My gosh, great finish that time. So, in continuing with the JAAA president, he was speaking to the issue of development, and incidentally, we're at a development meet. This year, though, we have the Olympic Games coming up in Tokyo.
No, absolutely, and therefore we are looking for talent that will transition to the Olympic Games. Clearly, you have to be ahead of the game now. This is not a meet that you're going to look in order to develop for the Olympic Games. You should be conditioned already, and therefore looking towards the national trial. But the Jamaica Olympic Association is always nurturing talent, and we say to our young people, it starts now.
And certainly it starts now, and one of the things that the JAAA would be looking for, as you said before, is for true ambassadors outside of our national championship, senior championship that is, where we expect junior athletes to step up and wear the flag and wear our colors with pride. We understand that you're forming an association with Bolt to lead the way. You're saying Bolt, that is?
No, well, certainly we always look for exemplars in sport in order to be role models for our young people. Not only in terms of their achievements on the track, but outside of the track also, we're looking for model athletes.
And the JAAA, as it regards positioning itself, you have what, 44 sports island-wide?
No, absolutely. We now have 47 sports, and we have about 7 who are applying to us. We certainly are not refusing. Once you satisfy the criteria, and once you can demonstrate that you have an infrastructure that supports the development of that particular sport island-wide, and of course certain corporate governance requisites, then we will admit you.
Would you be at liberty to say who those 7 new sports are?
I would not want to say, because they have to go through, of course, an evaluation. They will face a panel where they will make their presentation. So at this stage, I wouldn't want to say anything because some have bid but have not been ready. So I would want to give them a fair opportunity, but they know exactly what they must, of course, present to us and what they have to do in order to gain admission.
Final question before we let you go, Mr. Samuda, is that in this Olympic year, what is it that the JAAA would be doing as per or vis-a-vis the JAAA's with getting there?
No, well, certainly we have always been supporting athletes through our Olympic Solidarity Scholarships. And those scholarships enable athletes to shoulder some of their expenses in relation to training and attendance at overseas events. We also have indicated to them and coaches that you have to start looking at your Olympic squads. In terms of resourcing squads, we will always, of course, support those who are going to be transitioning to the international stage. What we say to the J3s is continue to do that work and continue to motivate and inspire the athletes. We want athletes who will win gold medals, but we also want athletes to be role models to our younger generation.
Thanks again, Mr. Samuda. And of course, this development meet, as I said before, certainly a crucial springboard for the coaches in its 37th year. You would certainly be happy with the fact that we're continuing the legacy of Charlie Fuller and the former J3's president, Pat Anderson.
No, absolutely. Venerable stalwarts in the history of sport in this country. And what we have to do is to reverence their legacy by ensuring from an organizational point of view the meet goes well, and certainly from a performance point of view it goes well as well.
What say you of StrideVisionTv in the partnership with these organizations for the development meet?
No, certainly. We always look for solid partnerships in order to expose the brand Jamaica to the world and also the talent that we have here. So any modality that can expose that talent, we support. And certainly StrideVision has done exceptionally well over the years, and we continue to support them.
And you're a partner with them, I understand, in recent times.
Well, we have partnered with them in certain events, and we're looking forward to establishing a greater partnership in the future.
Thanks so much again, Mr. Samuda. That is Mr. Samuda, that is Christopher Samuda. He's president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, and that's a man with a repository of knowledge and a wealth of information. And you heard it on StrideVisionTv. This is the J3's Puma Anderson Fuller Development Meet coming from KIRKVINE in cool Manchester in the hills of Williamsfield. And this meet is a qualifier for the annual Boys and Girls Athletics Championship. Earlier on, we saw the girls running their 400 meters. Now the boys are on track for the 400 meters. This is section 11 of the boys class 2 400 meters event. Later on, though, we'll have section 1, or later on we'll have class 1. Haven't gotten the sheet where that information is concerned, but right now on track we have the 400 meters now for class 2 boys. Martin of Belfield is on track. Belfield school that has given us many a solid long distance runners over the years, but Kevoy Martin perhaps won't be caught this afternoon. Hines is closing fast, but they won't catch him today. And Martin, the winner there, and he continues to run, running right through the line and taking section 11 of the boys class 2 400 meters event. So 2 more sections to go after this. And we're expecting that, of course, the 4x8 will be run before the light leaves us. But we understand that the facility has lights, so that 4x800 meters will be run on the lights here at the Fuller Anderson J. Trade Development Meet. So they come into the straightaway now for this, the boys class 1 400 meters event. Kingston College won earlier. So Brahma of Petersfield will win. And James of Edwin Allen hang on for second place. So I think that now would complete all the sections of the boys class 1 400 meters, or make that, well, so correction, we're going to witness now the penultimate heat of the boys 400 meters class 1 event. So they go on their marks, and the action is on StrideVisionTv. So it was a large turnout here in KIRKVINE, Manchester today for this development meet.
Big here with 200 meters to go. Babel McPherson with the advantage. He has covered the entire field, running out of lane number 2.
So they come now into the straightaway.
It's the man from Homewood Technical.
And Homewood Technical's Samuels running out of lane 2. And given the distance, McPherson, not Samuels, but McPherson of Homewood Technical will take this one. Just glancing over his shoulders, and a good win for him here this afternoon. So we should move now into the final heat of the boys class 1 400 meters, and the light fading fast, but the organizers having several lampposts around the perimeter of the ground. And those will be switched on in the event, and the natural light has left us before the meet would have ended. So the last event on the track would be the 4x8 after this. With Kingston College having 2 teams, and I see a team Alfonsos. I'll get the correct pronunciation on that, or a confirmation on it in just a bit. So the last heat on track now for the boys class 1 400 meters, and most of the athletes are making their way to their buses in just a bit, but we have one more race to go. This is the 400 meters, the last heat on track, as we said before. Roughly some 200 meters to go now, make that 140. And Magoti in there, as well as Petersfield, Balaclava. They come into the straightaway. And Pringle of Belfield, he leads. And Lindo of Tatios Gold in second. But Pringle won't be caught today. Good stride by Lindo as he eased down at the line. Easing down at the line to take this event. And Magate's Blake finishing second in the event. But what a day it has been on StrideVisionTv in terms of the events that we were able to cover, the 200 meters, the 400 meters, and certainly with the several schools traveling in from Kingston. Kingston College here today, as well Kingston College on the boys' side, as well as Tarrant. Remember also seeing journeying out of St. Catherine, St. Diego. They were represented as well. So they'll travel back after the running of the 4x8. So, given a delay in the program, the 4x800 meters, Alphonsus Davis, A, Kingston College. So those are the two schools, but they have two teams each. Alphonsus Davis High School B and Alphonsus Davis High School A, Kingston College A and Kingston College B. All right, so that would put the cap on our coverage here on StrideVisionTv. We want to thank our technical team, head of the technical team, Bruce. And also to Jonas as assistant, on camera, Eddie, as well as one who goes by the name Grassy. And thank you to our viewers around the world for watching StrideVisionTv. Certainly another presentation of StrideVisionTv. And catch us again next week. We'll be at another development meet. And we say thanks for watching. And Dwight Fraser for the final time saying we're happy that you could make StrideVisionTv your choice for live streaming of development meets across the island.
Athletics at the KIRKVINE Sports Complex.
Excellent commentating.
So KCA on the inside leads falling, or Alphonsus Davis. KCB in third at the moment.
What you say, next meet?
No, the other one, but the week after 25th, I should be there.
When 25th are then?
The Queen's Grace Jackson.
Remember that Digicel's Shake and Win today is a guaranteed win day. All you need to do is to download the Digicel My Digicel app and add data to qualify. Also note that there is also the radio promotion where you shake to win. All you have to do is answer your phone by saying Digicel Shake to Win or Shake to Win with Digicel, and you have a chance to win $15,000 daily, courtesy of course from Zip FM, Mellow FM, Harry FM, or Nationwide 90 FM. The North Central Amateur Athletic Association, their track meet is next week, Saturday, at the Miranda Sport Club. So, entry fees $8,000 per school. So KCA, they continue to lead. That's Giovanni Henry with the baton. Alphonsus Davis in second, and then KCB in third. The entry fee for the North Central Amateur Athletic Association meet is $8,000 per school, $500 for individual athletes. Again, that's next week, Saturday at the Miranda Sport Club in Discovery Bay. 4x800 meters, the final event on track. 2 legs to come now. KCA, they continue to lead. I think it's Giovanni Henry who is on the lead for is on the second leg for the KCA team. Remind
Out.
So the second change to be made momentarily is 4x800 meters. KCA, they continue to lead in this one. Change is made. As Gianni Henry received the baton from his mother. Now KCB, they get their change made. Also remind you of the 42nd staging of the Minor Western Relays, which will be held on February 8th at the GC Park College. Entries can be made online at www.billyrat.com. And entries close on February 3. For further information, you may call 979-8619. That's 979-8619 for the 42nd staging of the Milo Western Relays, which is on the 8th of February this year at the GC Foster College. And also, on February 1st, we'll be having the Jamaica meet. $4,500 for teams, $500 for individual athletes. Events on show 100 meters, 1500 meters, 400 meters, a special 200 meters for clubs and institutions, as well as class 1 athletes. You may contact Mr. Dennis May at 820-0111.